This is Sebastian Lyall, the founder of Lollipop. Lollipop is the outfit which has launched some of the most daring hospitality concepts in the UK, including a naked restaurant called the Bunyadi, the ABQ cocktail bar, a concept bar where you have to make your own cocktail as though you're making meth in a Breaking Bad style RV, and the Hackney and Chelsea Funhouses. A man of big style and big legacy, Seb tells me that he brought the ticket pre-sales model to hospitality, and that by pushing a new style of concept into the UK market,
I always say we almost killed the speakeasy.
I started by asking Seb to talk me through Lollipop's core concept.
So it started with us designing the Breaking Bad inspired bar called ABQ, where you kind of get to make your own cocktails. So you wear hazmat suit masks, and you use molecular mixology to mix up cocktails in an American motorhome. That was the first one, and then we opened that in Paris. We opened that in New York. Then we opened
All Breaking Bad themed at this stage.
all ABQs. And then just next year we opened the Naked Restaurant, which is world famous. Literally, it was a naturist experiential restaurant, so everything was naked.
At the start of the Bunyadi, you're given a robe. You're asked to remove your clothes and leave them in the locker, and you're led down a thin corridor into the dining room, where you sit, disrobe, and peruse a menu made entirely of raw ingredients. Why should I go to a naked restaurant, and what's the actual appeal?
For you is to experience ultimate liberation. Like, there's no technology, you eat with your hands, it's all raw food, vegan food. It's like literally being in the jungle. I mean, it was just all stripped out. We didn't even use electricity, we didn't even use gas. Just think about, you're in the jungle. Yes, you could make fire, but you're not allowed to do that in a restaurant.
Right.
So we just stripped it down. The music was from an old gramophone. Of course, there was no phones allowed. So it was just like in today's world, it was just liberating. What we learned was that people actually want to stay after having their meal naked. At a bar, just where, meet other people. So that was one of the most fascinating things. And then the other thing was that everyone just wanted to actually mingle and talk to each other. Because the backgrounds were fascinating. We had, politicians. And the fascinating thing was it was the easiest project I've done where, to get stuff. It was a dream come true for naturist stuff to be working in a naturist environment.
Oh, really?
Right, and so we had this waiting list of stuff because we only needed 8.
The next concept is the Bletchley, a cocktail bar with a twist. You're asked to go on World War II missions of varying difficulties depending on how clever or how sober you are. Those missions create clues to your taste, like cinnamon, India, gin, which are given to the cocktail bar to use when they make you a drink.
Because so what we call them is conceptual bars, because we don't start with a theme, we start with a concept. So the Bletchley, I didn't think it was going to be a World War II bar. What I thought was that I don't like paper menus. So that's how the concept, the idea started. The fundamental question we ask in Lollipop is, how do we change the user experience within a venue? That's it. How do we change the consumer journey, which has been stagnant for the last 150 years, where you come get a menu, you order, you eat, drink, pay, and you leave? So what is a fun house? We decided that people want to stay after doing their experience. They want to eat and drink in the same venue. So we built a blueprint in Hackney where we have an experience offering, a food offering, and a normal bar, more of a kind of a party bar, espresso martini bar offering. So when we are opening a new site, it's the HQ which gets together and plans. So it's the operations and finance and design get together. And then we kind of pick up talent from all of our sites to make an opening team.
Okay, cool. Right, so you draw on the sites that have existed. And then you go, this is the new one. Wow.
That wouldn't happen if I had no resources. So as you grow, that becomes easy. The difficulty is managing the day-to-day operations and human resource. We're talking about, over 150 employees now. That is hard.
Running Lollipop sounds hard. It was finally time to look behind the curtain and to understand how Seb did it.
Yeah.
Do you have like an ideation process that you bring different team members into?
I know, this is my job.
You just, so you come out, fully formed idea, you go...
No, it's never fully formed. Ideas, even after opening, it's not fully formed.
No.
Because it evolves and becomes something. But there is a vision. There is an idea of, this is what I want to explore. And then we, dig deep into it. I talk to people, I talk to customers.
Is there a whiteboard full of full of post-its with some ideas on them?
Not on posters, but yes, somewhere.
What can you share with us any of the ideas?
No.
It's got to be a lot of work.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. I mean, today, for example, yesterday we tasted 28 dishes and the food was fascinating, like mind-blowing. And today I have to design plates. So the thing is, I don't want off-the-shelf plates.
Yeah.
So I have to make plates. So I am looking at, interesting objects and how I can put them together to create this theatrical dining experience.
But you personally are designing the plates yourself, because that strikes me as you're managing 3 sites, a team of 150. There's you're kind of leading the creative direction, soliciting funding, rolling out new sites. Designing the plates seems like a lot of detail to be going into when you're the person in charge.
Yep.
Do you at what point do you need somebody else to design your plates? I guess is what I'm asking.
I don't think I would ever trust anyone to design the plates. No. I don't think Steve Jobs would have trusted anyone to design the fonts.
Perhaps not.
I don't think Elon Musk does. Just sits and sees his rockets go up. He probably designs the sofa or the things which go in the rocket. I think with successful entrepreneurs, I think there is this need, there's this desire to go to the extreme detail, and then once that system is set up, then you can kind of hand over that design or make sure the lines are not crossed when it comes to design. But yeah, I mean, I select the cushions. Down to the doorknobs.
Down to the doorknobs.
Yeah, exactly. Down to the doorknobs.
And that the doorknobs is the most small detail that
It's not, is it? It's the first thing you hold when you come into a restaurant. Think about it.
No, I'm not disputing you. I'm surprised that there are enough hours in the day, right?
The problem in our world is, unfortunately, there's just not enough creative people. And if you are creative, it's a curse and a blessing in a way, but it is a curse.
Thanks for watching. That was the first episode of Served With, where the YouTube version is slightly shorter than the longer form podcast. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts and would recommend you watch both. This podcast was brought to you by StoreKit. StoreKit is mobile ordering for ambitious operators like Seb. StoreKit allows your guests to order and to pay in 5 easy taps, allowing you to save person hours and to drive spend in your venue. Thanks very much.